My name is Dave Waniandi, born and raised in Fort McMurray, working for the McMurray Metis, Local 1935, as a trapper liaison. I more or less help out when industry comes around and proposes anything and does consultation. I go out and study in the areas where they want to put in their pipelines or whatever. Right now I'm in the process of getting the traditional tanning of the hides. Tanning of the hides, it's when you take the hide off of a moose, caribou, deer, buffalo, and you more or less skin the hide down, make it into a nice leather so that you can make your moccasins, your gloves, your jackets, your packs, drums, snowshoes, all types of stuff. First thing you want to do is soak it. It's got to be soaked for at least a couple days. And then after it's soaked, you put it out on a stretcher. You want it stretched out as much as you can, tight as you can, because once it starts drying, it shrinks, and it shrinks a lot. And then you flush it. Flushing it, you use the bone from the front leg of a moose. You scrape all the meat off, and hopefully you get it all off. And after that, you got to soak it again. Next part is you want to get the fur off. It's a little bit more work. You're going to run into some tough parts, like in the back of the moose or the caribou or the deer. The back is going to be easy to come off. It's where you go to get the smaller fur, what you call the fine fur, like around the belly area or the neck area. That's going to be hard to do. You're going to work at that a lot more. Then you want to have it stretched out. You want to soak it again and stretch it out so that you're getting your maximum amount of stretching out of it. Because after you've taken your fur off and you've flushed it and everything, it sort of dries up a little bit and it tightens up. So you want to keep it moist so that it'll keep it stretched out until you put in your braining. You want to be able to use the brain of the animal. You boil it up in a pot, and then you put it over top of the hide. You rub it over top of the hide to make it soft. After, you fold it up, seal it away, and you put it away in a nice cool area so that stuff will soak in. You leave it set for about 2 days. After it's sat for a couple days, you're going to be doing the first smoking. In the first smoking, all you have to do is just have a little smoke house, have your hide in there and smoke it up a day or so. You're going to have to soak it again after that. Put it on the stretcher again, that you're going to scrape off all the fine stuff that you missed before. You got to keep working it to keep the material moving. As long as that material's moving, it won't harden up and become solid, and it won't, it'll stay soft. And then after you've done that, then you're going to go in for your final smoking. After the final smoking, if you smoked it a lot, like we got a hide here once where the smoking was done so heavy, I had to leave it out in the shed for almost 2 months, just to let the smoke come out of it a little bit. And even after that, we can still smell it really good. It's really strong. We are mostly using it for making moccasins. Everybody loves moccasins. Moose hide is one of the best things to walk through the bush with. When you're going hunting, if you had leather chaps on, you walk through the bush, you can go through the bush and not hardly make a sound. Whereas now there are people, like hunters, that go out into the bush and they wear nylon outfits, nylon jackets and anything. They walk through that bush and you can hear them half a mile away. But with moose hide on you, it's just like the trees and everything go past you and they don't make a sound. We're still in the process of doing these ones here, and it's going pretty good. Even though that I'm having a tough time getting people to really do this, because lots of times I'm out of town or something. I can't be here all the time to do this, so I have to have other people help me out. And it's hard to find people that want to do this sort of work. Like, it's a tradition that's getting lost, and there's not too many people left to do it. I've been checking around with all the elders and everything like that, and I'm finding that there's only about 4 or 5 elders that I can find that know how to do this properly, and they're getting too old to do it by themselves. They need young men to do this because it's really work intense. Like, you got to have patience with it, and you also got to be very physical fit to do this.
My name is Carmen Wells, and I'm the Heritage and Traditional Knowledge Administrator of McMurray Metis. One of the biggest issues Métis communities face today is the loss of knowledge. One way to remedy this is by passing on the knowledge to future generations by having cultural programming. We created a hide tanning project where schools come to the office to see hide tanning in action. We are passing on the traditional knowledge to our community youth, as well as bringing awareness to the municipality of Wood Buffalo as a whole.